Hi, so I decided to come live randomly. I just took my braids out and I just felt like, what was all this? I just felt like coming on and talking about something. So I want to talk about if I had to start completely over, because people always ask me about ChatGPT, and I wanted to do a live today and talk about if I had to start all the way over today, no audience, no content library, no nothing. One of the first things I would do is rebuild or build my ChatGPT system. And I don't mean like um using ChatGPT for random prompts or asking it random questions, but more so building a workflow around it, a system, a complete system. And that really is the difference between people who struggle with ChatGPT and people who are like me that get powerful results. And people are always asking me how I'm able to get my ChatGPT to do what I want it to do. And it's because, I have a system. Most people do not. They just open up the chat and they just start typing. And when you use ChatGPT or any AI that way, rather, you're going to get random results. And so in this video, I'm going to kind of walk you through the ChatGPT system I would build if I was starting over or if I were you, basically. We're going to go through a few steps, about maybe 6 or 7. We'll see how it goes. So the first thing that I want to say is the first mistake I'm noticing that a lot of people are making with ChatGPT, just from the workshops that I've done in person and online, is that they open it and they say things like, give me some content ideas, write me a caption for so and so, help me with my marketing, or they grab some prompt, what do you call them? Prompt packs from someone, and your answers are going to feel generic. And the problem is not ChatGPT. The problem is the lack of structure that you gave it when you're using it. And ChatGPT, just like all AI, it works best when it's given context, constraints, a clear objective, it has a goal. And without those things, the response is going to always feel generic. It's going to feel like everybody else's. So the first thing that I would say is, if you were building a ChatGPT system, is don't build prompts. You need to build a training system. You need to build a way to train your ChatGPT. My ChatGPT is trained fully. And if you are in my AI marketing lab, you've seen how I train it. If you have taken my prompt power course, you've seen how I train it. What else? I think I've shown you all how to train it in, I think that's it. These are the only 2 things I've shown people how to train it, because it takes a while. Oh, I know. It's in my AI architecture method, but that has not released yet. But when that releases, you'll be able to see my full training system, because I go really in depth with what I train my ChatGPT on. So the first thing you would do, create some sort of training system that teaches ChatGPT about your business. So think of it like, an instruction manual. You're going to give ChatGPT a document or an instruction manual that teaches things, tells things like what you teach or what you sell, who your audience is, who you sell to, the problems that they may struggle with, the type of content to create, the tone that you have, your communication style, things of that nature. So that way, ChatGPT will have context and it's not guessing what you sound like and how you think. It's going to already know. And when you give it this information, your responses are going to be dramatically better. You're going to notice an immediate difference. And now, ChatGPT is working from your framework instead of pulling from generic internet knowledge. Because if you tell it to just give you, let's say you sell body oils, and you're talking to ChatGPT and you want it to give you some sort of content ideas around it, but it doesn't sound like you. It's because it's pulling generic knowledge from what it already knows about body oil and what it knows about how to sell and how to sell on Instagram or social media. So therefore, it's not going to sound like you. It's going to sound like everyone else because you gave it no context. So again, the first thing you need to do is let it know about you. Give it an instruction manual. 2, you're going to create framework documents. This is something that I talk about again in my AI architecture method, the prompt power course. I don't think I talk about it in prompt power course. I might. But I know for sure in the AI architecture method and my AI marketing lab, I talk about this really in depth. So you need to create frameworks. If you do not have frameworks with your business, no matter what type of business it is, I don't care what you do, I don't care what you sell, you should have some sort of framework, whether it's about how you speak, what you do, how you post, how you make your products, anything. Your frameworks they're basically a structured way of thinking about your content. So for example, I might have a document that defines my content frameworks. Well, I'll just use my real ones. So for example, I have frameworks for my hooks. I have frameworks for Pinterest of how I create my pins. I have frameworks around how my posts are. So I'll have like educational posts, storytelling content, educational content, authority content, all that sort of stuff. So there's a way that I do all those things. And so when ChatGPT has access to those frameworks, it can help generate content that actually follows my strategy and sounds like me. And it will create content the same every single time. And I don't have to go back and change what it gave me because it already knows. So if you hear a car or whatever, y'all can tell I'm outside. You can tell. I just feel like being outside. So you'll hear a bunch of noise. What was I talking about? Oh, framework. So yeah, when it's repeatable, it's going to sound the same. So without frameworks, every piece of content that you have is going to start from zero. But if you have frameworks, your content again becomes repeatable. So it is never going to guess. It knows exactly what to do. And when I'm creating content, or even if I ask ChatGPT a question, it will tell me, well, according to your so-and-so framework, this is how you think. Or it will give me an answer and it will say, I based this off of whatever framework, and it will literally link it and tell me. So I think that's pretty cool that ChatGPT will do that. So yeah, you all need to build some frameworks. If you don't have any frameworks, you're not able to utilize ChatGPT to the best of its ability, because really you don't know how you're running your own business if you don't have any frameworks. If you don't have frameworks, you're really not running your business. Your business is running you. So I already came up with, I told you all, you need to, 1, have an instruction manual. 2, you need to give it your frameworks. 3, you need to give it a content OS, or content operating system. So this is going to be something that outlines your content operating system. So this defines how content flows through the business. So for example, sorry, I had to make some notes for this. So for example, ideas are generated daily, weekly, for me, really daily, but weekly would be more so. And then the scripts are generated next, and then my videos are created. So we're talking about podcasts. So like from a podcast, for example, so I generate ideas, the script, and then the videos or the recordings, and then I edit them, and then I distribute them across platforms. Simple, right? So ChatGPT helps me at multiple stages of this system. So like, for example, brainstorming the topics, refining the hooks of what I say when I first open it, structuring the scripts and how it's going to be, what order it's going to be in, turning that particular podcast episode into several pieces of content, like a Facebook Live, an email, an Instagram carousel, all of those things. But the operating system, or the OS, is going to define the order. AI is going to help me execute it faster. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So you need to let it know how you are generating your content. Again, it's an OS, an operating system. So after you do that, then you can build prompts or prompt templates. As you notice, I did not come straight into prompts with ChatGPT with this excuse me, allergies. I didn't go straight into prompt building when it came to my ChatGPT system. Prompts are not the first thing you do. Prompts should be like the 4th or 5th thing that you do. So after you've done all of that, after you have trained ChatGPT on everything about you, and you've created those frameworks and your OSs, because I have multiple OSs, then you're going to build prompt templates. So when I'm saying prompt templates, I'm meaning a certain way that you speak to ChatGPT, so that way you're not starting over every single time. And so once the knowledge base and frameworks exist, that's when we're going to build those prompt templates. So we're not doing random prompts, more so reusable prompts. So for example, I have a prompt template for generating video ideas. I have a prompt template for my hooks. I have a prompt template for turning a script into an email. Sorry. Woo! I have a prompt template for converting videos into social media posts, those sort of things. So there's a bunch of different templates that I have. So that way, whenever I wanted to do something, I'm not starting it over every single time. Jesus is loud. These templates will reduce friction, and it helps me create faster and easier. So instead of reinventing prompts every single time, I can just fill in the variables for what I'm doing. So after you've built those prompts and built your prompt templates, now you know how to speak to ChatGPT. Now you're going to use it as a strategic partner. Excuse me, that pollen is getting all in my throat. But I like being outside. Kind of sucks. So anywho, you're going to use ChatGPT the way it is actually meant to be used. So instead of asking it to do everything for you for your business, you're going to use it as a thinking partner. That's how I use it. So for example, I might bring ChatGPT. Well, I just did this. I just brought it an idea of something that I want to do in order to make sure that my products or my workshops or my classes are what will actually help my ideal client. And so I will ask it that and ask it to stress test the concept. I might bring it a script or something that I may want to do, and I'll ask it to refine it or rewrite it in my actual voice. So that way I don't have to rewrite all of them together. It'll do it by itself. I might bring it content ideas and ask it how I can change this particular email into a carousel post, or what should I take out of this podcast script and put it on Pinterest as a pin, those sort of things. So this back and forth that I'm doing with it is what makes ChatGPT powerful. It doesn't really matter. Well, it matters, but it doesn't matter during brainstorming sessions and things like that of how you're talking to it. You can talk to it like you're talking to a person. Just go back and forth with it and tell it, this is what I want, blah, blah, blah. It will use your frameworks, your voice, your OS, and all of that, and give you what you're asking for. And then after that, just say, here's my feedback. And then tell it everything that you like and don't like. Make sure you tell it what you like, so it knows from now on, do things like this. And then tell it everything that you don't like, and give it an example of what to replace it with. And it will do that. And it will remember that for future conversations. So, you're not using it to replace your thinking. You're using it to help you think cleanly and clearly. And that's, again, where a lot of people are using ChatGPT wrong, because they're thinking that it's going to give them the answers. And it is, but it isn't. It's giving you answers based off of its own knowledge. And when you train it based off of your knowledge, your wants and your needs, it's going to give you what you want and you need. You get what I'm saying? So the reason that this system works, what I was saying, of everything that you're building and how you're training it, is because it mirrors how a real business operates. So I told you before, if you don't have frameworks, you're not running a business because you have no structure. You should have an employee manual. If you don't have employees, it's fine. You're your own employee. So you should have a way of how you operate your business. And you need to train ChatGPT on that, because businesses don't rely solely on creativity. They rely on structured processes. There's no job you've ever had where you did not have some sort of manual, a handbook, operating system, anything of that nature. You need to have the same thing for your business in order to give it to ChatGPT, so it will be able to give you what you need as your employee or your partner. So you need to create those documents, those frameworks, repeatable prompts, and ChatGPT becomes integrated into your workflow instead of being used randomly. And again, I told you, it does not matter what you sell. It doesn't matter what type of business you have. You are able to create all of those things and use ChatGPT to your advantage, as long as you are giving it what it needs. And if you are unable to give it what it needs, tell it that. Yes, tell it that. So what you would do is you would go into ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to create whatever framework. Let's say that. So let's say you want to do what I just said, which is create some sort of framework, but you don't know where to start, and you know that you need one. So you'll tell it that. Tell it Tell ChatGPT, I want to create a framework for my Instagram. Ask me 5 to 7 questions so we can begin building that. It'll ask you questions. Make sure you answer those honestly. Don't rush through it. And the next thing you know, it will give you a whole framework that you will then train ChatGPT on. Okay? So when you do that, your output or the responses that ChatGPT gives you is going to become dramatically more useful. It's going to sound totally different than how it sounded when you first started using it. So ChatGPT and AI in general is literally the most powerful tools right now that any creator or business owner has access to right now. But those tools are only as effective as the person who's using them. They're only as effective as the systems that they operate with. So if you open ChatGPT and ask random questions, or you decide to purchase random prompts from someone, you're going to get random results every single time. So if you build a system instead around how you use it and what you want to use it for, your output then is going to become strategic, it's going to become repeatable, and far more valuable for your business. So if I had to start over today, or if I were you, I would build this exact system that I said and then go from there. Okay? So if you all have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. I'm probably going to post this on YouTube as well. Let me know. And if you want to see in depth how I trained my ChatGPT, because it's really in depth, you can either grab my prompt power course to start off, and then you can grab my AI architecture method, and you'll see really in depth. You'll see all the OSs, you'll see everything. And I will actually help you build yours throughout that. Now, again, it's not out yet, but you can go ahead and sign up for it. So when it comes out, you will have access to it immediately at a lower price. All right, y'all. So again, I just wanted to come to y'all and let y'all know this sort of thing, because this has been something that a lot of people have been asking me about. And I decided to come on randomly and answer the question. All right. So see y'all next time. Bye.